What's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. Before I get started, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit them thumbs up. Alright, so on this episode, this quick episode, I want to talk about how it's important that, first of all, people come together and think about each other. You know what I'm saying? And the fairness. I feel like the problem in this country, we keep talking about separation and division when it comes to just you and your family. But then when tragedies happen to this country, then all of a sudden we're supposed to magically come together. But if you notice, the biggest issue has become finances. Like, even though Americans are really going through it right now, you still hear a lot of selfish people saying dumb stuff and not thinking about reality. Like, you hear a lot of conservatives talking about, oh, if they just keep bailing us out or bailing people out, they ain't gonna want to work no more. As me and my partner have stated on plenty of past episodes, the people that don't want to work are usually going to be the same people, regardless if they have an opportunity to work, that's not going to work. The people that want to work are going to work. You got people out here with 2 and 3 jobs and a side hustle to try to make ends meet. Them are not people that don't want to work. You're not going to tell me somebody that has 2+ jobs don't want to work. It's a pandemic going on, and we still have people saying that stupid kind of crap because they have money now. And what's so crazy, I seen Ben Shapiro say to Joe Rogan that the majority of millionaires, over half of the millionaires, or some high number, didn't come from wealth. They came from poverty, or they came from very average, low-income families and was blessed to, earn that money. But the problem is, a lot of those people end up forgetting where they came from. They don't want to pay taxes no more. Why shouldn't I have to pay all them taxes? But it's so many loopholes that you don't have to. Consider also being charitable. And a lot of those people don't want to be charitable. They just want to ball out them and their family. Now, I'm not saying they're necessarily wrong for that, but what I'm saying is, in the grand scheme of things, and I know they try to make it like socialism and all of this stuff, but you have to care about the common person. Because when you start seeing all these riots and stuff happening, that's because people have not been caring about the common people. You have to care about everyday people. That's why you have riots happening. And they can't just put it on blacks or Hispanics, because there's been white people out there and Asian people and all types of people out there rioting with us. So, allegedly. But everybody been out there getting free stuff and burning stores down and looting, and some of everybody. You see all these different places where chaos is going on. I think they said something about Seattle, Portland, like a bunch of different places. A lot of places that ain't a bunch of black people at. So what does that tell you? So people that's getting all that money, I know you move around other rich people, then you like, we gonna get these gated communities, get security guards at the gate. They gotta check your ID, they gotta write your tag in, take a picture of your ID, all types of stuff, where you working, where you coming from, where you're going, and all of that stuff. Why do you think that is? That's because these people are scared that somebody gonna take their money. But the problem is because you don't look out for other people. I notice people that look out for other people and genuinely care for other people, not just money, but time and their effort to be caring. Those people are usually looked after in the community. But the problem is, a lot of people don't care. So let's go ahead and get into why it's important that, the lesser is looked out for when it's hard times coming on. All right. So this is from Investopedia.com. The only reason why I'm on here is because I tried to go to the EPI site, and for some reason, some funny thing came up. Maybe because I'm on my phone, so I'm going to do a part 2 of this guy winning, just so I can, show what's coming from .nets and .orgs. But they report on different things from different sites where they got their information from. All right, so how much income puts you in the top 1, 5, or 10%? You'll need to make at least 6 figures. All right, by Julia Kagan. When you read all those stories about the 1% or even the top 5 or 10%, how much money do you need to pull in to be in one of those groups? You'll need at least 6 figures to count yourself among the nation's top earners, according to data published by the Economic Policy Institute, EPI, in December 2019. Historically, the wealthiest have grown richer much faster than the rest of the population. Income disparity is highlighted among the top and lowest earners in terms of how much the distribution of wages has changed since 1979. Y'all, hold on. Annual wages of top earners. The latest data from the EPI show that in 2018, annual wages from the top 1% reached $737,697, up just 0.2% compared to 2017. How much do you need to earn to be in the top 0.1%? A hefty $2.8 million and $104,000, which is less than the $2.82469 you would have needed to earn in 2017. Wages for the bottom 90% rose more than 1.4% than the wealthiest, but average annual wages were dramatically less at $37,574. 2018 annual wages. The group top 0.1 earners earned over $2.8 million. Top 1% of earners earned over $737,000. Top 5% earners earned over $309,000. Top 10% earners earned over $158,000. Despite the lack of growth in 2018, historically the rich have become richer faster than the rest of the population. Since '79, the top 1% saw their wages grow by 157.8%, and the top 0.1 by more than twice as much, 340.7%. Wages for the bottom 90% only grew 23.9% in the same time period. So here they show a cumulative percent change in real annual wages by wage group, 79 to 2018. So these show all the numbers that have grown since then. All right. Hold on. The latest figures were drawn from Social Security Administration data, allowing EPI researchers to estimate wage trends in more precise segments and to measure trends. Important. The study is about wages, not an income as a whole. It does not include investment income, for example, which is not part of Social Security data. Impact of the financial crisis. During the financial crisis from '07 to '09, wages fell furthest among the top 0.1 and 1% of earners. In 2018, the top 0.1 has still not yet bounced back to what they earned in 2007. Among the top 5% of earners, wages grew 5.5 since 2007, the year before the Great Recession. Those in the top 10% saw 9.6 growth. In recent years, since the Great Recession, the bottom 90% saw annual wage growth of just 6.8% compared to the top 0.1%, which experienced 19.2% growth. Income disparity. Income disparity is the most dramatic when you look at how the distribution of wages has changed since 1979. As the EPI reports, the bottom 90% earned 69.8% of all earnings in 1979, but only 61% in 2018. In contrast to the top 1% increase its share of earnings from 7.3% in 1979 to 13.3% in 2018, a near doubling. The EPI also points out that the top 0.1% more than tripled their share of earnings to 5.1% in 2018 from 1.6% in 1979. All right, here we go. Change in wage group shares of total wages 79 in 2018. Bottom 90%, 69.8 in 79 to 2018, 61.0. Top 90th to 99th, 22.8 to 25.7. All right. The upper 5, 19.4 to 27.9. Upper 1%, 7.3 to 13.3. Hey, some people just, better hustlers than others. You can't take it from them. So, you gotta just be understanding some people just know better. Wages of all earners. If you are not among the top earners and would like to see where you fit in, here are the full details of the EPI study. All right. Changing annual wages by wage group 79 to 2018. Bottom 90% in 79, $30,330. $37,574 by 2018. Let's go to upper 5, $151,000 to 309,000. All right. So, the bottom line, to be a top earner in the U.S., you'll need to make at least six figures. The wealthiest have grown richer much faster than the rest of the population since '79. Income disparity stands out, in particular among the highest and lowest earners, in regards to how the distribution of wages has changed since then. These are your three financial advisor matches in your neighborhood. Finding the right financial advisor that fits your needs, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about. Okay, so there it shows the disparities in earning income. So, hold on, I got one more thing. This is another thing. This is how the bottom drives everything. High income taxpayers paid the majority of the federal income taxes in 2017. The bottom 50% of taxpayers, those AGI below 41,000, earn 11.3% of total AGI. This group of taxpayers paid 49.8 billion taxes, or roughly 3% of all federal individual income taxes. Okay, so like I said, I got to do a part 2 on this because I want to break down some more things. But in that nutshell of what I'm trying to share with you guys now, okay. Also, I seen something where it shows that since 2019 of December, over 53% of Americans make less than $100,000. I believe $100 to $75,000. Over 53%. So let's round it up in this country. That's 350 million people in this country. Let's just round it to 350. They said 53%. All right. So that's 100. Let's round it to 50% first. So 175 versus 175 million makes 353 million people in this country. So 175 is half. To add another 3%, let's just round it to 180. So 180 million Americans last year. This is not this year with the pandemic. This is last year, before the pandemic hit. 180 million people made less than $100,000 a year. 180 million people. 170 million people were fine. This year coming up, as we seen, people like Jeff Bezos and a lot of billionaires, I believe Elon Musk, a lot of billionaires were still booming in pandemic. So a lot of companies that own sanitizing, paper towel, toilet paper, and stuff like that, those companies boomed this year too. So next year, I guarantee you, the top 15% was still doing okay in a pandemic. Guaranteed. Because you got a lot of people that's still like in the top earning 50%, where you at least made over $100,000. They took a bad hit. So you got to drive it all the way to like at least the top 15%. Of course, all the way up to the highest. Like we say 1%, but the highest is 0.1%. They're doing fine. While the rest of us is hurting and messed up. And we keep hearing arguments about the stimulus packages. Like I talk about all the time. When they put out the PPP and all that stuff, you got companies like doggone Ruth's Chris and Lakers and many others who's worth hundreds of millions to billions of dollars that got money. Wow. Like, nobody's talking about the fact that they should have been indicted for even applying and getting this money. But they still gave them the money. Because Lakers organization got like 300 employees. So they was able to get millions of dollars even though they worth billions. Like, that's how messed up things is. If you mean to tell me that you were able to get money, and you mean to tell me, no, let me say this. So you mean to tell me that they're arguing about helping us, but the people that don't need help, they always get their help. Like, that's what 45 does. Like, that's what a lot of Republicans do. They're only concerned about their constituents. The people that, put money in their pocket, they lobbyists. Like, that's just the honest God truth. That's all they worry about. These people are getting a lot of help. That's why you had so many people complaining. Like when I was doing Uber rides, and I picked up a tax attorney, and he's a Republican, and he was in love with 45, and he was like, I was always taking up for him. And to my company, since we took it hit bad, we tried to go get some of that PP money, and he kept lying and saying it was money there, and it wasn't no money there. So he was like, screw him. And that's what tripped me out. The only time Republicans and conservatives really care or want to be distance themselves from people is if they take a hit. Well, guess what? A lot of them took a hit. A lot of them that didn't, they still support 45. But this is the problem because they're not concerned with everyday people. And you got to realize something. That is the reason why you have revolts. That's the reason why you have civil wars. You have to be concerned about each other. It can't just be, okay, well, this person, I want to make sure they're doing okay. Why? Because they support you. They put money into your campaign. Like they give you endorsement. They give you money in your pocket. A lot of these people leave leave the White House, with money, more than what they was making. Their salaries might be a couple $100,000. Like presidents don't even make $500,000, I think, a year, but they leave richer because there's money set aside for them for things that they do. That's why you can't trust either side. I'm just being honest. You can't trust either side. Of course, the Republicans are a little more openly discriminative when it comes to classism and money and all that stuff. And I'm not going to sit and act like the Democrats don't do it, because they do it too. They just hide and try to talk nice and all that. So you got to be careful about that. But the main thing is, on both sides, all people, we have to worry about each other. They're trying to pick a party when they telling us we wrong for having Bloods and Crips and GDs and VDs. Listen, y'all do the same thing. You ride for your set, but they don't ride for the people. If it would be more fair, then, you know what I'm saying, I don't think we had this much division, but I think we need to stop worrying so much about just the rich people. The rich people, God bless them, that have the skills and knowledge to survive. But you need to start handing out more opportunities. Forget Section 8, HUD, and welfare and stamps and all that. They need to be handing out more information. The thing is, more people are trying to do it with each other, but I think that's what the government needs to push more if they're going to keep trying to have the involvement. Push more for self-sufficiency. Give that knowledge. But we need to take care of the bottom 50%. If there over 53% of Americans in this country have earned less than $100,000. God forbid if we had a civil war revolt, guess who finna get it? Guess who's gonna get it? That's why we have to be smarter in how we treat each other. Bottom line. Alright? So I'm gonna come back with a part 2 of those one, but I just wanted to do that for right now. Alright, this your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit them like buttons. Gonna be back.